Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to this another edition of the program Serving the People, brought to you every Wednesday by the Democratic Republican Party, the DRP. I'm your host, Mrs. Anissa Batiste, and if you will, please let us start with a word of prayer. Dear Father in heaven, do bless us as we speak to the nation of St. Vincent and the Grenadines about the plans of the Democratic Republican Party for this country's development. May they be inspired to join us and support us as we seek to bring about meaningful change and benefit for all of our people. These mercies I ask of you in Jesus' name. Amen. And now, dear viewers, let me remind you that to contact us, you may call the number that is on your screen. It is 528-1015. Or you may send an email to the address that's also on your screen. It is servingthepeople.ab@gmail.com. I'll repeat the information towards the end of the program for your assistance. Now, in this evening's program, we wish to continue from last week's program by sharing with you two more questions and answers from the question and answer session from our recently conducted town hall meeting in New York. And also I want to talk to you some more about the DRP's plans for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Also, I wish to remind you that if you want to support the development of this program and our advertisements and other work of our party in getting our messages out, feel free to call our number on your screen, 528-1015, and make contributions to our work. And now, last week, we aired a program in which we brought two questions and answers from our town hall meeting. Unfortunately, and we do sincerely apologize, there were some technical difficulties and the sound wasn't the very best. In this evening's program, I want to repeat one of the questions and answers because it is a very important question that was asked of me concerning whether or not my party in government would continue to have foreign relations with countries such as Cuba and Venezuela. And the answer I gave is very important, and I have to clarify it since earlier, a certain error was put out into the public in the Vincentian newspaper suggesting that I would break off relations with those countries. But my answer clearly shows that I didn't say I would break off relations, but I said that while in relations with them, I would ensure that if there are any known human rights abuses taking place in these countries, I would speak out against any sort of human rights infringement in those countries that we have relationships with. So once more, take a look at the question and answer, and we've tried to improve the quality as best as possible, so take a look.
My name is Robert Harry. My question to you tonight is that, would you, if your government should get into power, would you pursue the same ties that the former government had with those other countries like Cuba, Venezuela, and others? Yeah. Would you pursue those ties?
Okay, I'm going to respond. Well, first of all, we must recognize that we already have relations with some of those countries you mentioned. And in some cases, relations did not start with the current government. Okay? The issue for me is not so much remaining in relations with them, but it's what I stand for while in relations with them. So, for example, I will not have relations with, let's say, Venezuela and see and hear of known factual human rights abuses taking place there and not say anything about it. So if I were to learn that there were human rights atrocities being committed by the government of Venezuela and just say this against their people, I would write to the leader, I would say something showing that I do not condone that. I have no personal relationships and friendships with individuals which would compromise my stance on rights and freedoms. I believe in rights and freedoms as a universal human rights issue, a matter Yes, dear viewers, I am sure you got it very clear. I said I would not take any pains to break off or to separate the country from our relationships with Cuba and Venezuela, but that if I hear of any known factual human rights abuses against their people, I would speak out against it and condemn it. I would write to the leaders, for example, and tell them of our disagreement with it. Because as a nation, a DRP government would support the protection of the God-given rights and freedoms of all peoples of the world, because inalienable rights and freedoms is a universal human issue, a universal issue concerning humanity everywhere. And now, in this next question that was posed to me, it is twofold. The speaker asked me what I would do about the issue of genetically modified foods, and he also asked me about my plans for the country post the Argyle International Airport and tourism development. Take a look and listen very carefully to my answers.
My name is Bernard Aisley. Yes, you touched on some areas that I wanted to look at, but I want to touch on one area basically of your visions for the country. But I want to begin by kind of looking at the GMOs. And there was a lady, an Indian pioneer, who says that there's a multi-corporation, Monsanto, who is globally buying seeds, destroying the seeds, so that they can make GMOs, which must be bought from them annually. In light of that, what are your visions for St. Vincent to fight against multi-corporations like Monsanto in getting real seeds in the ground to continue? What are your visions for St. Vincent post the Argyle International Airport? How do you see tourism taking forward, and how do you plan to make sure that St. Vincent is growing and not just an agro-based industry country?
Your concerns about Monsanto and mine are the same. And this is why I talked about a seed registry and a chemical registry and monitoring. Because through that, the truth is I wish the current government would do that on now. Because we need to know where our seeds are coming from. And if we could ensure we still have the local seeds that haven't been affected, then we could make sure we multiply them and we save them, so that we're not affected in any large way by what Monsanto and other corporations are doing. So having a seed registry that is monitored and supervised would be very important in addressing that issue that you raised. If I were to be given the opportunity to govern from 2015, if that's when elections are called, or when the next elections are called, that would be a priority for me. I also want to repeat that there are a lot of countries concerned about that issue now, and there are markets out there who would find us special and interesting to buy from if we would preserve ourselves in that regard. With respect to the issue of the international airport, and what is my vision post the Argyle International Airport and tourism and so on, I believe, and I've said it in the public in St. Vincent and Grenadines, that the Argyle International Airport, in order for it to work properly to our benefit and not our fault, we have to develop the economy in such a way that we have use for it. In other words, we have to pursue, whether it be certain kinds of factories and development where we could do a lot of exporting. I don't think we would only be able to depend upon tourism. Tourism will work, yes, but it also has to mean we have to develop significant revenues more in terms of our tourism product to give more people and higher quality tourists that spend a lot, more reason to want to come, so that we could get them coming. I personally, my party, we will pursue in very interesting ways, which would allow people to want to come. It is not enough for us to sell sun, sand, and sea. A lot of other countries are selling that. We have to be prepared to go unorthodox. We have to look and see what we can do with the volcano. The kind of tourism some people are looking for now includes things like sleeping on the volcano. I'm serious. We have to think unorthodox and interesting and effective ways, things that are going to make things stand out and cause people to want to come. But apart from that, we have to do more in the area of production for export. That is going to make the airport work a lot better than what I'm currently hearing. So I do think that an international airport can help us. However, it has to be managed properly. Let me make a statement here concerning that project. We have gone far already with the Agile International Airport. We have loans. We have debts. I do not support the idea of putting a halt to it. It makes no sense. It will cost us more in the long run. You have to look and see how we can make it work. I spoke to persons before I came and visited the airport. I have photos of a tour I took. And I'm aware of the concerns. The essentials have legitimate concerns about it. They have concerns about the time frame we are being told it will end. I was surprised to hear the Prime Minister say last week that around this time, because the last time I went on a tour, the communications person said by December 2014 it will be operationalized. Maybe they think it will be finished sooner. But the communications person also told us on the tour that a lot will depend on how soon we get the material we need and how soon we can get things done. So even though they have a date in mind, they're also cognizant of the fact that they're still looking at potentially a later time depending on how things happen. Okay? And I've spoken to persons about the project. I've expressed my concerns. I've asked questions about the crosswinds. I've asked questions about visibility studies and so on. And I'm advised in a way that suggests that everything is okay. Well, I hope so. Because we, the intentions, are who are going to suffer if it's not the case. But what I'm saying to you realistically is that a lot of money is being spent on that project. And a lot of it is loans and debt. So to stop it now or to halt it is going to cost us much more in the long run. We need to make sure it is finished as soon as possible, finished properly and managed properly, and put to maximum use to benefit the country, including money, making money to pay off the debt.
Yes, dear people, I'm sure you heard me explain my position. I just want to elaborate a little bit on the issue of the use of genetically modified foods or foods that have been genetically changed by adding certain things to them. My government, my party is very concerned about this because of the potentially harmful effects such foods are being shown to have on people's health. As a result of this, we believe that the better policy for St. Vincent and the Grenadines would be to pursue the growing of non-GM foods. And we believe that there are markets out there, especially in the European Union, who are so concerned about the use of non-GM foods now that they would find us to be a very special market to buy from if we could preserve our seeds so good that they do not become contaminated with genetically modified organisms or GMOs. We will talk to you much more about this, but it is a much healthier way, and you can also make money via that way. Don't let anybody tell you that if you don't go the GMO way, you won't be able to make money. It's not true. More and more persons are health conscious around the world, and they're very concerned about this, and they will buy from you if you can preserve your seeds in your seed bank, and you can preserve yourself as a market selling vegetables and fruits and other foods that have been produced from vegetables and fruits, which can be guaranteed that they are free of genetically modified organisms. Like I said, we will do some more education into this, but this will certainly be a part of our agricultural plan or policy. I want to talk a bit more about other plans that we have, and I want to refer to an independence message which we had published in the Searchlight newspaper and the News newspaper. Thank you both for publishing it last Friday. And this message was entitled New Hope from Service to the People. This is how the DRP positions itself. This is what we pledge to you, to bring new hope from serving you. By serving the people, we bring new hope to the people. And in this message, I outlined certain things about what our philosophical grounding or root is all about. This DRP is a party and a government that believes wholeheartedly in the protection of the God-given or inalienable rights and freedoms of all of the people, not just of the majority who elected us or who supports us, or just of a small special group of minority, but we believe in the rights and freedoms of all of the people. That government's role is to protect these rights and freedoms, because government did not give these rights to the people such that they could take them away if they feel like, but that God is the one who gave people their rights, and the government's duty is to protect those rights and freedoms. As such, every aspect of our plan which we propose to develop St. Vincent and the Grenadines, morally, spiritually, socially, and economically, every aspect of our plan would be based on that desire to protect the rights and freedoms of all of the people. So when we talk about, for example, this part of the message where we talk about the watch phrases and the watch words upon which our party is founded. One of our watch phrases is People's Participatory Power. PPP, People's Participatory Power. And we believe that it is only through the participation of the people in their own governance that you will have the power of the people coming forward, which is what our fist symbol in our logo stands for, power of the people. By the people participating, their power would be exercised, and this is how we would best govern, because who we are governing are the people. Therefore, their participation in governance, their ideas, their opinions, their critiques is very important for us to listen to them, because it is the people whom we serve in government. And we say that our watchwords are liberty, equality, and development. We believe it is only by respecting the rights and freedoms of the people and ensuring that there is no discrimination on any grounds, no discrimination on the ground of political opinion either, but equality for all under the law. Only by that can we have development of our country in every aspect, socially, economically, morally, and spiritually. And so these are the things upon which we are fundamentally based. And we believe that a government of such a nature is best poised to take the country forward, because the very purpose for which the arms of government exist, the judiciary, the executive, the legislature, is to be able to protect the constitutionally guaranteed and God-given rights and freedoms of the people. Now, let's talk for a moment about how we position ourselves. We say in the article, the DRP presents itself as the answer to the people's cry for new hope and the true alternative for what passes for governance in our country today. When we say we are the true alternative, we present ourselves as the true alternative to what passes for governance today. We obviously are saying that we believe in working towards not just becoming opposition, because we believe that the opposition is so weak, the main opposition, and it's as if there is no opposition, but we also believe that we can offer better governance than what the current government is doing. And that is why we say we are the definite article, true alternative to what passes for governance. It is the ULP administration that is in government. So if we present ourselves as an alternative, as the true alternative to what they have, then we're saying we're looking to replace them. So that is very clear, no ambiguity there. Furthermore, concerning our economic policy, and perhaps this is the last point we could deal with for the rest of the time we have left. We talk about our idea for a Ministry of Domestic Development, and we talk about the freedoms we would seek to guarantee and our investment partnership strategy. When we talk about investment partnership, we are talking about ways in which to grow the economy. And what we're saying is that we're not satisfied with just bringing foreign investors here to put down a hotel or another establishment, etc. But we believe that it is important to get our local entrepreneurs or business persons, both current as well as potential, meaning we're going to look at training persons in entrepreneurship or business skills, but we're looking at matching our local entrepreneurs with foreign investors. And by matching them up, meaning you take what they are interested in and match them with local persons who have those skills or who are interested in similar areas, and you get them to work together. Now, what is important about this strategy of partnership is that by matching our local entrepreneurs with foreign investors, if today, tomorrow, the foreign investor decides they want to pull out or they've done their time, they want to move on, at least our local people would have had the relevant training and knowledge that they could carry on and continue. So that it's not just a case where the foreign investor comes, puts down a hotel, the locals get some jobs at the lower end, and the foreign investors have their own people in managerial positions, and then when they leave, that's it, hotel closed down and the people no longer have a job. No, we're looking at forming business alliances with foreign countries with whom we have relations. For example, the Republic of China on Taiwan, who are very good in business, in information technology, in agriculture. But we don't just want a few checks from them to build a bridge here or a building there. We want to look at strengthening a business alliance with Taiwan, which will result in Taiwanese business persons who are skilled in the development of certain industries and operations which we find lucrative, which we find we have markets we can sell to. Let them come, let them work with training our people, and let us put down the relevant industry or factory accordingly once we find the relevant markets where we know it can work, it can be profitable, and let the knowledge stay with our people so that even if the Taiwanese business leaves or they pull out, we can still continue because we know how to handle it. This is the kind of investment we want to see. This is the kind of investment the DRP offers. Investment partnership strategy. That's what we call it. And it's obviously a part of our economic policy because it is a way to grow the economy, but it is strategic. It is not just having training for how to do a business plan or how to start a business, but we will bring trainers who can talk to our people about the specific areas that we should go into, areas that are making money in the world. We will identify them and we will be strategic in our training. Not just be all over the place, but be specific and be targeted. This is very important in order for us not only to make money, but to make it fast, because we don't have a lot of time to sit around hoping this or that would work. We have to find the particular areas where the money is being made, and we have to get involved, and we have to distinguish ourselves. We could become the only market in the region that's doing certain things. We could become eye-catching to places in North America who find it cheaper to import from us instead of going all the way to Asia, for example. But the point is, these things can be done, and in due time we will give you actual specific examples of areas. But let me just throw out one, for example, that you could think about. The whole issue of using information technology in the area of things like game designs. Gaming and games, computer games, is a big lucrative market in the whole world, and we have a lot of young people who are very intelligent, very innovative. They just need the right training, the right support, and they can get involved in creating unique games that could be sold around the world. This is not impossible, and these are the areas where the money lies. That's just an example, but that's just to tell you we have great ideas, and because we are so inclusive, we don't reject people just because they hold a different opinion politically from us. We look at their quality, their skills, their ability, and their potential, and we give equal opportunity to all. That's what we will do, and we will include all, as many as possible, because we believe in all of the people. And that way, we're going to be able to recruit the best brains, skilled in various fields, and get them and put them to work and we will do well for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But you have to support us to make that possible. This DRP is currently recruiting candidates. We already have one other candidate apart from myself for North Windward, and we will be announcing him very soon. But we are also looking for candidates in other areas, other constituencies. So if you know somebody in your constituency who you think will make a good candidate and you want me to talk to them, call me. The number is on your screen, 528-1015. Call me up and say, Miss Batista, I know somebody who could make an excellent candidate for Central Kingstown for the DRP, or for East Kingstown, or for North Leeward, South Leeward, Northern Southern Grenadines, South Windward, South Central Windward, North Windward, and we Central Leeward, South Leeward, and we will talk to them because we believe we have great ideas that could work. With our team together, we will be able to present ourselves to you, and you will have the chance to vote for the true alternative to good governance in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So call us 528-1015. And in future programs, we will continue to tell you more about our excellent plans for your development and for the development of this blessed country that we call home, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Until our next program, may God be with you. God bless you. Call me, 528-1015. Bye-bye.